the owner and the author of Zero Risk King of the Ring, Mr. Brett Marshall, to talk about what him and his team are projecting next, and it's exciting. The licensing of part of North Coast Reserve for the temporary ice skating rink that's going to be here in the next few days. Yes. So I'll hand over to you and Mr. Green.
So I'll kick off, Mr. Chairman, and as I say, Brent's here to answer any questions, but basically this item I'll take it as read, but this is asking for Council to approve the temporary licence of the ice skating rink on North Coast Reserve to go from just before Christmas through to February 6th. Yes.
It's got 13 in here.
13, sorry, yeah, for just decommissioning.
Yeah. Dismantled on the 16th.
Well, I'm always the first person to love to see meetings go quickly and flow quickly and less hooey and more doey, but I definitely want to hear from you, Mr. Marshall, and give us a big overview, please, all about this ice skating rink. We're on webcam, we have the media in the room, and I think it's a very exciting project. Could be the preliminary of something big to come in years to come, so please.
You want it right from the start?
I just want to tell us all about how it's going to work so I can take my grandkids will be watching and want to know.
Yeah, well, it's a funny thing. I must admit, I wasn't, back 3 months ago, the last thing I was thinking about was an ice skating rink, and I thought after doing Filia Fridge, which is probably New Zealand's biggest buy-local promotion, and then with the boxing, as we all know, on Saturday night, it turned out to be the biggest charity boxing event probably now in the country, which is very neat, and it's quite funny seeing Mike Downard sitting over there with a sort of a suit, sort of shirt on there. I'm used to seeing which coaching gear on for the last 3 months, but
he said he'll fight in the next one, by the way, if you're looking for
yeah, well, it might be a next one yet, who knows. Essentially, I mean, like probably a lot of you people, I turned on the TV one morning and happened to see the Hamilton ice rink on the weather on TV1, and I'd actually taken 2 days off holiday with family up from Invercargill actually, and I thought, well, websited it, found out who the promoter was, rung him and says, right, what's it going to take to get it to Taupo? They weren't interested. They had different plans for it. The last thing on their mind. Turned out I actually knew the guy from ex-Invercargill, my days in radio. The conversation went well, and from there we've turned we've been working away pretty fast in a 3-month turnaround really on what was going to be a $250,000 venture down to probably 150 and falling. So I've worked hard to get a lot of sponsorship, which we've got. Once again, the business community's been great, as they are with the boxing. They've come on and donated a lot of different products to get the costs down. So essentially now, as Rick said, and the end of this week actually, on Thursday we start constructing it, and then we'll have the only outdoor ice skating rink in the country, which I think is neat, very special, for a whole lot of different reasons really. And I should actually, the Taupo-Tongariro Hotel ice rink, which is quite funny having it located on this side of the lake, looking down the lake at the mountain where the Chateau is parked. So I'm very pleased to have them on as a naming sponsor.
And so, Brett, what period do you envisage this should be up and running from till?
Well, we did get a phone call from TV1 wanting to do their Christmas Tamati special, but I don't know whether that's going to happen or not, so we sort of try to fast-track things. But like TV, they sort of come at you and then they sort of disappear. But we have been advertising it, wanting to start Boxing Day, the 26th. We do want to go through to Waitangi. It's 6 strong weeks. Some may say, why have an ice skating rink in summer? I don't think I could make it work in winter. We'd only have Easter and 2 school holidays. And it is an expensive item, but I think we could, like we do with a lot of different things with the King of the Ring Charitable Trust, we could prove to Wellington and hopefully Hamilton that we can get more people on it than they got. So we're excited. We're obviously having to put a marquee top over it. We want to keep the sides open so it's visual. Obviously skating in summer looking down the lake's fantastic. It's a fantastic sight. The marquee roof is really only there to keep the direct sunlight off it. The promoters are from Christchurch, Douglas Weber Events. So essentially we're in partnerships with them. They bring the expertise, they build it, and with Ice World International, who's based in Holland, who owns the actual rink. And we're off in the King of the Ring Charitable Trust, even though we're putting up a lot of the dollars to get it here, have done a partnership with Alpine Trust, which obviously we're looking for some money at one stage there to do a feasibility study. So join the dots, they will run it. When I say run it, they'll hire the staff, which they've pretty much got, 8 locals, teenagers they've employed, which is great. And And yeah, once we get through, and if we, which like most things that I've get myself involved in, they usually do make $1. So once again, it'll fall back into the community, which then can be dished out to schools and various other things. And part of that proceeds will then go to the Alpine Trust, and then they can decide from there, from the feasibility study, if 5,000 people use the ice rink, it's probably not a great thing to go further afield. If 15,000, which we're hoping for, plus use it, well then, sort of, who knows. But in saying that, with the promoters saying that, hey, Taupo wasn't on the radar, they're extremely excited now. They've Google mapped and seen the location. They can't wait to get here, and they're already talking about next year. So I think if we can use this as a point of difference for the community, make it work, which the town's getting behind it, which is great. Hey, this could be an attraction that we get every year. Fantastic.
I really just like to point out also, bear in mind webcam on and media in the room and things like that, that there was an agenda item coming to council a couple of meetings ago where the Alpine Trust wanted us to help them with funding for a feasibility study for a permanent ice rink in Taupo. That agenda item was withdrawn. We did not allocate any money. They did not ask for any money, and as I believe, the money and profitability from this will be shared with the Alpine Trust.
Absolutely.
They then can do their own feasibility study. So if we do end up with a ice skating rink in Taupo, all thanks must go to the King of the Ring Charitable Trust and the Alpine Trust for how do we put it, swimming alone. They haven't come to us for help, and so I just really need to clarify that, because there has been a few people in the general populace that have gone, why are you doing this? And that, well, we didn't do it, and it's good to see that people like yourself, Brett, and others, I don't want to mention just you because there are others, helping you along the way, being community minded like you are and doing this. It's fantastic. And I'm going to be one of the first guys down here with my grandkids. So, fellow councillors, have you got any other further questions or any? Councillor Craig.
Thanks, Brett. It's a great idea, I believe, and I hope it's going to be successful. Can I ask how the operation's going to work? Is it going to be fenced? Is there going to be skates for hire? And how is it going to actually...
Absolutely. A 40-foot container will be turning up early next week. And basically there's about 1,000 skates in it. The ice rink itself can hold probably about 200 people at one time. We have a proper office, F-boss, all that sort of carry on. It's $20 for an adult to skate. It's $15 for a child, $15 for a student, $50 for a family, one adult, 3 kids, 2 adults, 2 kids. And you can skate all day. So there's no time restriction. However, a bit like hiring ski boots, you won't want to skate all day. So the general norm's about an hour turnaround.
Okay, well, I've just got a little bit of FYI for your information here, and I certainly hope this doesn't happen when the ice rink is running, but there's currently a power cut throughout the most of town. The AC barbs are closed and Acacia Bay is all out. So the ice could melt.
We might have New Zealand's most shallowest paddling pool.
Oh no, it's fantastic. So there is a suggested resolution here, which all they're really asking for, and those questions were really for your information, councillors, and mine, as to what these kind-hearted, good people are doing, is that they're requesting us to grant them a licence for a temporary ice skating rink on the North Cross Reserve for 9 weeks at nil rental. Personally, I believe we should be paying them to be there, but they didn't ask for that, which I pointed out before, which is good. So as much as I'd like to be the mover, I'll open it to the floor. We need a mover for this resolution. Councillor Downard, seconded by Councillor Johnson, and I'm sure we'd all like to have been either the mover or the seconder, so I'm going to assume, or I won't assume, I'll do my job properly. I'll ask for all in favour. Unanimous.
Can I just say something,
Yes,
Rick, since I'm the mover, since we're on webcam and media, I hope Taupo supports this. I think it's a fantastic event, and during summer, on a hot summer day, to go on an ice rink and skate, I think the vision is huge on the King of the Ring Risk and Alpine Trust. So yeah, I hope Taupo gets down there and really enjoys it. $20 for all day, and as you say, most will only last an hour, but I was quite fortunate to do my apprenticeship down or on courses down Wellington. I went to a roller skating rink down there at night time, and just absolutely had a ball with roller skating. So I will definitely be down there with my family. So well done.
Can I just cap off with that one too, Mike? I mean, it's all right to come up with these sort of ideas, but if you sort of get people that don't want to back you, well, then none of these things will work. And I just want to thank the council for, most things that I come up with, they do back. Luckily, knock on wood, they continue to be good things, and it's a great place. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Well done. Unanimously passed, and look forward, as I say, to being there. And I actually know people that are coming to Taupo to skate on it. When I told them about it, their kids said, "We're coming up." And their parents will do as they're told. So the lakefront's going to be a busy place. So we'll now move